Good morning, beautiful people. It is Saturday, September 21st. We are here, week 4 of college football. This episode is going to be kind of quick because we all have something to do after this, besides me and the dude in all orange right here. Speaking of the dude in all orange, Eli, my brother, is the guest picker this week. He's been wanting to be on the show. Look at him down there. Eli, what's up?
Hi.
All right. Usually that's what you say when you get introduced to the show. Hi. Of course, we have Grant Shube here. I don't know if James is joining or not. If he joins, he might join halfway. So who knows? But let's look at the leaderboard. Shube absolutely brought it back. Went 10-1 last week. I don't know.
I'm back, baby.
I don't know. I don't know if that's going to happen this week, though. But 10-1, that's pretty good. All right. And Gabe Skeeto, 8-3 as the guest picker. So, Eli, can you beat that?
Yeah. 11 for 11.
All right. Let's just jump into the games here. Look at that. Look at this. Look at that sweet transition there.
Where's that?
I don't know what game's going to be first. Sorry if we seem a little tired. It is a little early for your boy. We have Central Arkansas versus Arkansas Pine Bluff as our FCS matchup of the week. Juris.
I'll keep this very short. I don't know why Hunter chose this game of the week when one team's favored by like 35 points. So I'll go with Central Arkansas, who's favored by 35 points.
Yeah, I'm also going to go Central Arkansas here. Not very
Central Arkansas. I watched them get blown out by Arkansas, and they look terrible. Arkansas Pine Bluff got blown out.
What?
Arkansas.
Great logic.
They got blown out by Arkansas, so
Okay, yeah.
he's correct.
Maybe space. Okay. I'm going to go with Central Arkansas. There you go. Maybe we'll get an FCS matchup right. All right. Houston versus Cincinnati, former AAC matchup, now the Big 12 matchup for these two teams. Juris.
People see this as a pick'em game. Cincinnati is favored just because of home field advantage. I'm gonna go with Cincinnati. The biggest thing for me with Houston is that they're allowing a sack on 11% of dropbacks. That is horrendous. I think they would like Hunter on their offensive line. So because of that and the home field advantage, I would go with Cincinnati.
I'm actually going to go with Houston here. I think that Cincinnati's pass defense and secondary is just abysmal. If Donovan Smith can get hot, then I think Houston has a very good chance to win this football game. So I'm going to go Houston.
I'm going Houston. I just think if they don't turn the ball over, they're going to win because they have a lot of turnovers this year. And then, yeah.
Yeah, that logic right there. I'm also going to go Houston. I feel like this Houston team is pretty good. They took an Oklahoma team to really the final kind of place. I think that this Cincinnati team is all right. They played a really good game against Pitt. But I like Houston in this game, so I'm going to go Houston. UCLA versus LSU. The reason why this game's on here is just because I want to throw some different teams up there. So UCLA, LSU, G-Russ.
I'm going to go with LSU. I think it will be a beatdown. UCLA struggled their first week against a bye game almost. So I'm going to go with LSU. I think Garrett Nussmeier is the top 7-8 quarterback in the SEC. He's looked pretty solid the past few games. They went down to South Carolina, even though they probably should have lost that game. But I will go with LSU to stay hot.
I'm going to go LSU as well. I mean, Nussmeier is pretty serviceable at quarterback, so it's not like you have a horrible quarterback leading that offense. He's good enough to get the job done, especially against a team like UCLA. Give me LSU.
I'm going to LSU. I think Nussmeier is a top 3 Heisman candidate. I think he's a stud. And I don't think UCLA is that good.
What's your other two Heisman?
Bold statement there, Cotton.
What?
What's your other two Heisman candidates?
I don't know. I like Nussmeier though.
Okay. I'm also going to go LSU. I don't think that UCLA is a very good team. I thought that it'd just be cool to see them up there. So there you go. There's an in-depth analysis. Georgia Tech, Louisville. Juris.
I'm gonna go with Louisville here. Georgia Tech has looked good, but I think that loss to Syracuse kind of brought them back to earth a little bit. They are number 6 in completion percentage at 75%, which is pretty good. But Louisville is 4th in points per game, so I'll go with them. Tyler Shaw has looked great, so I'll go with Louisville here, especially at home.
I'm also going to go Louisville. I don't think the Georgia Tech defense is good enough to stop them. They've played pretty well, but like Grant said, the loss to Syracuse was kind of their momentum killer, and I'm going to go Louisville.
I have Louisville down, so I'm going to go Louisville. I like Georgia Tech. I just don't think Haynes King is that great of a quarterback. Even though he played good last game, I still don't think he's that great of a quarterback. I think they're going to run the ball a lot because their run back's really good. But Louisville hasn't played anybody great, but they killed them, and they looked really good in those games. So I'm going to go Louisville.
Yeah, I'm also going to go Louisville. I think Louisville's a kind of tough place to play, and I think that this, like Jude said, this Georgia Tech defense is not necessarily going to be the best in this game. I feel like Louisville's kind of a sneaky team. A lot of people saying that this team, should be competing in the ACC this year as the top team in the ACC. I don't know about that far, but I think that this Louisville team is a lot better than what people give it credit for. So,
I don't think they play Miami or Clemson this year. I think their schedule's supposed to be pretty easy.
Also true, they pretty much have a cakewalk set.
Mm-hmm.
Louisville could be in the ACC championship. Kansas State versus BYU.
I'm gonna go with Kansas State here. Avery Johnson has looked very, very good this year. BYU's quarterback, though, he's looked great too, throwing for 841 yards. But I do think that Kansas State is better all around, and because of that, I think they'll walk into BYU and win this game easily.
This one's tough. I'm actually going to go BYU here. Their defense is really solid, and I don't think that Avery Johnson he's looked pretty good, but I don't know if he can handle their defense, especially in the BYU environment. So I'm going to go BYU.
I'm going Kansas State. I think home field advantage for BYU will help them a lot, but I think Kansas State's just an all-around better team. But BYU's still good, but I'm still going to take Kansas State.
I'm also going to take Kansas State. I think Avery Johnson is probably one of the most underrated quarterbacks in college football. Yes, they struggled against Tulane last week, but Tulane's tough. It's a tough place to play.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. Sorry about that. Yeah, that's right. Anyway, I do like BYU in this game. I think that they will make it competitive. But I like Kansas State in the win. Avery Johnson. This will be a good win for them and for the Big 12. This game was on here for James to be here. He was not. It's okay. Juris.
I'm gonna go with Florida here. I think that I've said before. I think Florida talent-wise is the top 15 roster in the country. Their coaching hasn't got it done. I think this is Billy Napier's game that maybe gives them a chance of staying there. I think the talent difference is just that great, and I think that even though Billy Napier has been a subpar coach, I think he can go down to Mississippi State and kind of just get some heads turning. So I'll go Florida.
Playing in Starkville is not easy. However, I do think that Florida wins this football game. It's going to be close. Florida's offense is just so bad. I don't really know. That's the only thing keeping me from 100% picking them. It's tough, but I'm going to go Florida. I think Billy Napier, this is very crucial for him either staying at Florida or being booted. So I think they win this game.
I'm going Florida too. I think it's a bounce back game for them. For Mississippi State to win, I think their defense has to show up, and then they got to get Keon Coleman Jr. the ball because he's about their only player that's done something this year. So, yeah, I'm going Florida.
I'm also going to go Florida. I think that you lose to Toledo, and not just lose, you get your doors, like you get curb stomped essentially by Toledo. And I think that Florida is really saying, okay, our coach is about to get fired. Most likely. I doubt he makes it. If he wins this game, they play UCF next week. I don't know if they beat that UCF team. Then you have a bye right before the Tennessee game. I don't know if he makes it to the Tennessee game. If he does, he's not going to make it out of the Tennessee game is what the thought process is there. But if there is a time to fire him, it's right after that UCF game. I don't know if they will, honestly. I don't know. I think that the AD should get fired first before anything. But that's just my opinion on it. The Florida's AD is terrible. And listen, if I was a head coach and I'm looking at Florida, I don't know if I want to go coach at Florida because the athletic department there is so bad right now. It's not even funny, which is why the fans are not happy. So I'm going to go Florida. Graham Mertz plays a great game today and picks the win up in Starkville. Michigan State, Boston College. Juris.
I'm gonna go with Michigan State here. I'm high on Jonathan Smith. I think he was a very good coach at Oregon State with Aiden Childs. I think that this is kind of, everybody says it's going to take him a couple of years to build that roster. And I think this is almost like his statement win of the year at Michigan State for him, to keep the hope alive for him. So I'm going to go Michigan State here. Thomas Castellanos has looked great with Bill O'Brien, but I do think that Aiden Childs and Jonathan Smith will get it done. So I'll pick Michigan State.
I'm going to go BC here. Home field advantage after a loss is huge. Getting back playing in your home atmosphere, especially after losing a game like they did against Missouri. I just think that BC's offense is good enough to win them this football game, even if Aiden Childs and Michigan State have a good game. I'm going to go BC.
I'm going Boston College. I think Bill O'Brien is building this program from the ground up. I think they're a top 25 team this year. And they almost beat a top 10 team in Missouri at Missouri's place. And I think that's really impressive. But I'm going BC here.
I'm going to go Boston College just because it is at home. It makes me feel a little bit safer with this pick. Aiden Childs is a really good quarterback. I think a lot of people kind of overlook him just because Michigan State's, I wouldn't say the best team this year. But Aiden Childs is going to be a really good quarterback. I just like Boston College a bit more. They've been in the tougher games. They kind of know, okay, this is, we're in the season now. So I think that you compare that to who Michigan State has played, which they played Prairie View last week. They played a MAC team a couple weeks ago and almost lost. I like this Boston College team a lot better than I like this Michigan State team. So Michigan State will be a good team in a couple years, but right now I think Boston College picks up the win. NC State versus Clemson. This game, rivalry matchup. This game's always interesting. Last year it definitely was. And this year I think it will be too. G-Russ.
I think it's going to be a beat down for Clemson. Cade Klubnik actually looked great last week. 24-26, 5 touchdowns against App State. Grayson McCall did leave. I think he's questionable today. last game. And with that, too, I just think Clemson is just going to destroy NC State at home. So I'll go with Clemson in it. I'll go with Clemson.
Yeah, I don't think NC State is nearly as good as they were projected to be. So, I mean, same with Clemson, honestly, but I still think Clemson playing at their home stadium is enough to overcome. NC State was thought to have a good defense. I really don't know if they do because of what Tennessee did to them. So I'm going to go Clemson.
I'm also going Clemson. I think Klubnik is going to play good again, and they got home field advantage. And NC State almost lost to Louisiana Tech and West Carolina, and that ain't good. So I'm going to go Clemson.
I'm also going to go Clemson. This is a rivalry game. NC State's going to give it a very good shot, but I think that you have a confidence builder in what you played against in App State, and now I think that Kid Klubnik is saying, all right, let's go. Let's pick up the offense here. So it's going to be interesting how the ACC plays out this year, and I'm sure we'll be covering it all the way, but I'm going to go Clemson right here, 19.5. They might cover. I don't think they will, but they might. A lot of people said this should be game of the week. This is where College Game Day should go. I disagree, but I think this is a pretty good game right here. So, cheer us.
I think the winner of this game decides who's going to win the Big 12. I think that I picked Oklahoma State to win the Big 12, so I'm going to go with them here. I just love their veterans. Their whole line is veterans, most starts in college football. Ollie Gordon, the best running back. He has struggled this year, but I do think he is the best. I don't think Cam Rising's going to be back for this game. Isaac Wilson, I think he's younger brother of Zach Wilson. So, but he has played good. So, but I will go with Oklahoma State and Stillwater. They have the home field advantage. They have the veterans. And so I'll go with Gundy and Ohio State or Oklahoma State.
I want to go Utah, but with no Cam Rising, I don't know how that offense is really going to look. I'm going to go Oklahoma State here. It's a tough pick, but I think with no Cam Rising, that's going to be a big difference maker.
So I originally had Utah, but I just got word Cam Rising is out, which I did not know. So I'm going to go OSU.
All right. I thought he was going to add a little bit more to that, but I guess not. I'm going to go Utah. I liked Utah in this game. I think that Utah will win the Big 12 because even though this game isn't Stillwater, Arkansas went into Stillwater and almost took out Oklahoma State. I don't think the home field advantage plays much of a key part in this game. I think that Utah's defense is a lot better than what people give it credit to. I mean, opponent third down conversion is at 22%. I think that if you shut down Ollie Gordon and you force Bowman to throw, I think that, the game's going to get interesting. Of course, he looked great last week, but I just like Utah in this game. I think that the only thing that might kill Utah in this game is the offense not going to be there. I think that if the offense shows up for at least 2 quarters and you play good defense for the other, for entire 4 quarters, I think that you can squeeze out a victory here and make your case for the Big 12 championship. USC at Michigan. Yes.
I'm going to go with USC. I don't think Michigan is top 25 team. They did not look good at all against Texas. I think Sherrone Moore will end up being a solid coach in the Big Ten. I just don't think this is his year. It's Alex Orji's first start. Their other guy got benched, I think, or injured or something. Miller Moss has looked very good, and I expect USC to walk into the big house, and I think they'll win by about a touchdown, like the spread is. They're also coming off a bye week, which also helps.
I honestly don't like picking teams that come off bye weeks just because I know how it can get just with resting and not playing, not having game action for almost 2 weeks. And I also know that Michigan just got absolutely steamrolled by Texas last week in their home stadium on their home field. So this is really tough. I want to pick Michigan to bounce back, but I just don't think they're that good of a football team. I really like Miller Moss too, so I'm going to go USC. I really don't know. I'm going to go Michigan. I'm picking Michigan. Bounce back game. This is a tough pick, man. I'm going Michigan. Give me them to have a good bounce back week.
I'm going USC by 3 touchdowns.
Whoa.
I think they're going to go in the big house and steamroll Michigan. Michigan isn't a good team without Hardball this year. And Millard Moss is a top 3 Heisman candidate. Millard Moss is a dog.
There's another one of the 3.
And I just don't think Michigan's good. Without Hardball, they ain't good. So I'm going to go USC.
I'm going to go Michigan. I like Michigan in this game. Alex Orji will, I think, bring some excitement to this team that it desperately needs. First Big Ten game for USC at the Big House. Tough. They haven't played in what I would necessarily say a tough environment. I mean, the Las Vegas game was pretty tough, but there was a lot more USC fans than I thought there was. It was pretty even from what I could tell. I like Miller Moss. I think he's a great quarterback, but I think he loses one early right here. So I think USC play it close. Michigan gets away on a last-second field goal. All right, let's go to our game of the week. Look at that new graphic and stuff. It looks so clean, whatever. I like it. I love it. What's more of it? GRS.
I'm gonna go with Tennessee here. We're all homers here for Tennessee. Lance Hurd is out. They're starting left tackle, former 5-star, which is bad. But at the end of the day, I think Oklahoma's offensive line is just as badly banged up. I think Tennessee will have a field day there. I think it comes down to, I think Nico will play solid. I still think the defense for Tennessee is the story. The question is, does Jackson Arnold turn it over? He had turnovers during fall camp and during the bowl game. They do have their leading receiver back, Nick Anderson. He had 10 touchdowns last year, but I think Tennessee's front seven just overpowers Oklahoma, and I think they struggle to score. So with that, I'll go with Tennessee.
Yeah, I'm also going to go Tennessee. I think Nico is a Heisman favorite right now, and I think he keeps that going. Oklahoma's defense is good, but it's nothing crazy, nothing special. I also don't think Jackson Arnold is ready for what's about to be thrown at him with Tennessee defense. Our front seven is the best or a top 3 defensive line front seven in the country. So Oklahoma has not played anybody that's this good yet, and I don't think they're ready.
Yeah, I'm going to Tennessee. Nico's top 3 Heisman candidate.
There's the third.
I was waiting.
And our defense has given up 13 points all year. I think that's right. I'm not wrong. And I just don't think Oklahoma's as good as that football team as everybody thinks they are. They almost lost to Houston Cougars 16-12, and they looked terrible. I know they were banged up a lot in that game, but still they looked terrible. Yeah, I'm going Tennessee.
I'm also going to go Tennessee. Oklahoma is number 2 in the country in turnovers on defense. You're playing a good defense right here. It's at Oklahoma in Norman. Tough place to play. I don't think Jackson Arnold is going to be able to play this game as what people think they are. This defense for Tennessee, I think, is what's going to carry them in this game. Yeah, the offense is going to be good, but I think that the defense. I don't think that Jackson Arnold is really looking at this game and going, I can do a whole lot in this game. I just don't feel like they can. I think that if Tennessee wants to win this game, you do have to get the pass rush on him because if you let him sit there and throw, he will kill you. But I just like Tennessee a lot more in this game than what I do Oklahoma. Lance Hurd is out, so running the ball might be a little bit tougher. I think Dylan Sampson will have a big day today, and first true road game for Nico. So I'm excited to see how that plays out, especially for the rest of the season. This is kind of is Tennessee going to be legit this year? I think a lot of people think Tennessee's going to be good. I think they're going to be really good. You need to win this one though, and I think that if you don't, the road gets a little bit tougher because you're going to have to beat either Alabama or Georgia. So, there you go. That's week 4 of the college football college Splatcast. We'll be back next week. Normal time, hopefully. Should be normal time. Thank you, Eli, for making your picks and all that.
11 for 11. I ain't missing a game.
Yeah, I'm going 5-6 for you, buddy.
Hey, I made some elite picks.
Elite.
I'm going better than your record.
I'm winning.
No, you ain't.
By like 0.4%.
You're winning.
You're winning by 0.2%, actually. But yeah, that's it. We will see you next week live 10 to 11. James should be here, hopefully. Remember, Jesus loves you. Go Vols. Eli apparently has to leave. Yeah.